Tonight I'm at Halloween Haunt at Kings Island. We're going to talk about the houses that they have here, whether they're good, whether they're not good, whether they're scary, whether you should just stay home. We're also going to go through the scare zones that they have. So let's go. I do recommend watching the pre-show at the main stage in front of the Eiffel Tower featuring The Undertaker. I find this show very entertaining. If you don't want to watch it at the event, take a minute and you can watch it right here.
Well, who do we have here? A curiously careless crowd of capricious thrill seekers. Oh, how rude of me. Do allow me to introduce myself. You see, I am Dr. Nevius Nightmare, but you may call me The Undertaker. For it is I who will preside over whatever it is that becomes of you here amongst these, my creations of Kings Island Halloween Haunt. Are you scared? Are you afraid? Well, you should be. For your time here grows shorter by the moment. Trust me. Kings Island, are you ready? Oh, you hear that, my pretties? The sound of your prayer. Creatures, do you hunger? Very well, then.
Let's head on over to Slaughterhouse. In my opinion, Slaughterhouse is very good. It's probably one of the scarier houses at the park. Definitely one of the gorier ones. I definitely do not recommend taking small kids. The scare actors do go very hard in this house, and it makes it a lot of fun. It's definitely not one for the faint of heart. If this is your first time going to a haunted house, don't do this one first. Slaughterhouse is not in a scare zone, but you will find these guys roaming around. Welcome to Coney Mall. This is probably my favorite scare zone in the entire park. There's clowns, so if that's your worst fear, you're gonna really love this area. It's decorated really well. There's a DJ. There's also my favorite part here, which is the bubble machine that has smoke-filled bubbles. And I still think that's genius. So let's talk about Killmart. I really do enjoy this house. There is a scare actor at the beginning that goes over the rules of the house. This particular actor is my favorite by far. So let's head over to the next scare zone, Alien X. This is an alien-themed area that I do find a little bit underwhelming just because of the location and the size of the area that they have to work with. But the scare actors in this part of the park, they're really great. Alien Abyss is the new house in this part of the park. It has a really good video pre-show before you go into the house. Just make sure you have a strong navigator leading your party because it does get very dark. We'll head over to Pumpkin Eater, which is the next scare zone. This is the only scare zone that actually has a story to it. The scare actors are dressed and they do act according to this story that's you can find posted along the outer walls of the scare zone. I do enjoy this area of the park a lot. It's themed really well. The scare actors do a great job. But the Peter, Peter, Pumpkin Eater soundtrack does get a little annoying and is kind of a bit of a running joke with us anyway. And this leads to the outdoor maze Cornered. I did say outdoor maze. This is not located in a building, it is outside. And since it is outside, it does open at 7 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. like the rest of the houses. I've had different walkthroughs through Cornered, And overall, I do like it, although a lot of people tend to criticize this one, but I really like it. I think if it had more fog in it, especially when you kind of hit the outside part, I think it would be really great. So let's go back through Coney Mall and head to our next destination. Next stop is Hotel St. Michel. This house is based off of a hotel that is over 100 years old. While you're in the queue, you'll be listening to time period jazz music, which is really good and adds to the ambiance. This house, Kings Island did an amazing job with. The sets and the props are absolutely amazing and you'll love it. There's one more house to cover, but before we go there, let's swing by this scare zone. This scare zone's called Abandoned. It's a new scare zone for this year, and it is really fun. You get chased around by hillbilly ghouls with chainsaws and axes. This is probably one of my favorite new additions for 2023. Why are skeletons so calm? I don't know why. Because nothing gets under their skin. Next up is Madame Fatale's Cavern of Terror. In my opinion, this has the best queue out of any house at the park. Basically, it's a wax museum and a cavern, and it's a really good house. This is really good for a beginner. The last scare zone, which is really the first scare zone you'll go into, is the International Street Fair. This is one of the larger scare zones besides Coney Mall. The theming in this part of the park is absolutely amazing. It's also the loudest of all the areas with the heavy metal music. In this area, you'll find the main stage by the Eiffel Tower, which has the pre-show, and they do other little shows on that stage throughout the night. If you've made it this far into the video, you're awesome. I really appreciate you checking out this video. If you like what you see, leave a comment or subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. See you in the next video.